1 minute and 15 seconds left in Chicago at the United Center, and they're heated down by 5. It's a timeout. 94-89. So it might be done, but who knows? I don't trust this at all. Vic, what do you what do you want here? Do you
I want it over.
This?
I want it over.
You want it over?
No, I totally want it over. I'm never fooling for anything good.
Yeah, me too. That's enough of this. That's enough of this.
I grew up a Braves fan too long. They sucked till '91.
Yeah.
So I want every streak and everything to.
Gonna say in Alabama as a kid, baseball wise, that's who you went to the Braves.
You were stuck. Yeah,
right.
it was an hour and a half away, and that's all you had to go to. So and then they were horrible from '60. So they made the playoffs in '82.
You know, but as a Braves
Sid Bream,
fan,
you remember Sid?
Oh
Bream?
yeah, limping around third base like
He's
a champion.
Chris
from
Chambers
Mount
was on the
Holly
Braves.
Springs, from right next to my hometown of Mechanicsburg.
That '82 team was a cool team. I like, Torrey was manager, right? And
That was a great. Yeah, they won 13 in a row, and then they went 500 the rest of the year.
That's right.
They set a record by winning the first 13 games of the season,
and that's
which has been tied.
That's how they made the pennant.
Then they lost 19 out of 21 in August or September, and they almost gave it all back.
That's right. Remember that?
And then it was a rain-shortened series. They had a lead. Necro was pitching with a lead, and the game got rained out. And then the next time it was St. Louis. That was the St. Louis World Series.
Glenn Hubbard.
Glenn Hubbard. That's right. The Iron Man. Absolutely.
There's no more second basemen that look like Glenn Hubbard.
Right, baby. Daryl Chaney at shortstop, and my favorite backup catcher of all time, Biff Pocaroba.
That's right, Biff Pocaroba. Bruce Benedict was the
Bruce Benedict. That's right. Eggs Benedict.
I remember Skip Carey saying eggs. Because it's funny, in '82 I was in the 9th grade, and we got Braves games because of Ted Turner.
Yeah, absolutely right.
We got the games up here on basic cable, so I used to watch a lot of that. So at what point do you start stand up, Vic? Like what is your history?
I was 22 years old. No, I graduated college. I got out of college. I had a job with Dean Witter. I was going to be a stockbroker. I moved across country to Arizona. There was before cell phones. They said, "Hey, we've been trying to get in touch with you. We can't start you in the training program for 6 more months." I'm like, "Stick it up your ass. I'm going on stage." And I went.
Really?
I went to my roommate from college who'd been scanning open. When I got to town in Phoenix, he told everybody I was moving there to do stand up, and I'd never been on stage once.
Now, why do you think that? Just you were funny.
We
guy
always
and
talked about it. We talked about it. We always,
Yeah.
and there was nowhere to go on in Alabama, and there was just no scene. And so he always told her. So I'd meet people the first time, been in Phoenix 3 or 4. They're like, "You're the comedian." I'm like, "I've never been on stage one time ever."
You're the comedian.
And you're the comedian. And so
good to have you.
I got aggravated with the Dean Witter job falling through. Came home and got a notebook out, wrote 5 minutes, practiced it in front of the mirror, and went down to an open mic night on Tuesday night. Met David Spade.
Wow. He's a Phoenix guy.
He was a Phoenix guy.
Right,
he was local, and I won it was me and 4 other guys, and I won $50 because the crowd clapped for me the loudest.
Was this at the Improv in Tempe?
No, it's a bad hole in the wall bar that just had. It was a place called After the Gold Rush. It was a live music venue in Tempe, Arizona.
And it's you and Spade.
And Spade was on the regular show. So I was part of the amateur night. The show was over. Spade comes over to me and goes, "Dude, where are you from?" I'm like, "I just moved here." And he's like, "You did comedy in Alabama?" I'm like, "No, that's my first time ever." He goes, "Don't tell anybody that."
Your first time ever was a good experience.
I killed. Yeah, I did really good.
You killed.
I crushed. It was completely amazing. It was like an outer body experience. It was really easy.
Yeah, so
and I came back a week later all cocky and chewed my own testicles.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, I thought, I'll go back next week.
It happened.
This is easy. I'll do this again because I wanted to go win the contest again. I figured you can keep entering you want. This is a free $50. I'll go down here and pick this up every week. Went back the very next week, and it was as bad as I was good the first week. So I think I was horrible both times. I just like the first
by that point, you were looking for a way to get out of Alabama permanently.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
You
totally.
wanted out of there.
I had to leave. Yes, exactly.
Right.
So my old roommate's dad got transferred to Phoenix. He moved out there. He liked it. He called the rest of us. We said we're going. Back when I was growing up, leaving the South meant going to Atlanta. Because everybody said, "I'm getting out of here." They just stay in our hometown. And then somebody make the big jump, they go to Birmingham. And if you were crazy, you went to Atlanta. If you were just insane, you went to Atlanta.
I always said guys that you have a lot of respect for because I grew up 8 miles from Manhattan. I grew up like over there.
I've been to your house.
Came here. Right? But were you always a political guy? Was it like always a big
No, it really wasn't. I was more. It was a lot of Southern stuff, and Foxworthy did all the stuff about men and women. I thought everybody's doing men and women.
Right.
And I didn't really know what I was doing until Clinton started running for office in '92, and I'm like, okay, this is a perfect combination of
it is a plethora of material.
Yes, of politics and crotch jokes.
Right.
At the same time.
No, Clinton. That's true. If you think Clinton combined a lot of different types of comedy.
Total smut and brilliance. Total smut and brilliance.
Yeah, it's
cigar infestation, and I'm going to clean up the world. I can do it. I can do it. We can all carry.
He was a classic BSer, just like looking at it. But a brilliant a politician.
I thought my line at the time was he couldn't have turned out better if we'd have created him in a laboratory.
No, he really was. He was
the
a
perfect
politician. He was a guy. Yeah.
He's the perfect politician.
Isn't it odd? Look, looking at those guys now, even like Letterman too. Anyone who had that open heart surgery, doesn't it? It seems like something's they seem weak. Like, you know what I mean? Like they're walking around, you just feel like hugging them and go, "Are you okay?"
That's true.
Clinton looks weak, and now Hillary's. I feel bad for Chelsea. I hope she's okay.
I think she's all right. You know, she's fine. She was in front of me at security at LaGuardia a few months ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and she weighs about 9 pounds. That's the only thing I'm worried about her. She's a little skinnier.
Yeah,
I went to school
She
with
just bought
her.
a $10 million.
Did you really?
Yeah.
You went to school with?
Out of Stanford, yeah. She was followed around by a whole detail of
Right.
Because of you.
agents. Who, yeah.
Because Richie keeps stalking the president's daughter.
No, seriously, they were. And this was when the whole Monica Lewinsky thing was going down. I mean, this is when it
No
all
pun
hit the
intended.
fan.
No pun intended.
Exactly. And these,
Oh, so her life- God,
she
what-
was downtrodden, trudging around campus.
How is she not a crackhead? God bless. She must
I
be
don't
so
know.
strong
You're
to go
exactly
through that.
right.
Like,
Yeah.
how do you not just start doing heroin?
Did you know anybody that ever talked to
Amazing.
her or met her or anything?
She
Nothing?
was dating a water polo guy that I
Right.
talked to a couple times at parties.
You have
and
no idea.
stuff,
This guy
but-
brushes up against like all these amazing stories.
He
and
went to
nothing-
Stanford.
Yeah, nothing ever happens. Like Jerry Sandusky recruited him when he
Right.
was 14.
And nothing.
He goes,
Not
I don't know. He seemed like a nice
Not
guy
even
to
a pat
me."
on the ass. Not even an attaboy. They
Literally.
didn't even give him an attaboy.
Not even an attaboy, right?
Not even an attaboy. Nothing.
I did drink.
He was in the NFL
beer.
for 7 years, never banged a cheerleader or saw someone do steroids. I'm like, you should be in the mafia. It's unbelievable.
That's a book.
That's
You ought
a
to
good
write a
point.
book.
I
You
know.
really
I
should.
know.
Except nobody'd read it because it's boring.
Exactly. That's what I tell people.
I
Exactly.
have nothing to say by John Richard.